A human rights group says Iranian security forces launched a fierce attack using live ammunition in Kurdish cities early on Monday. Now, this comes as anti-government protests enter a fourth week. Students at a university in North Tehran singing an old patriotic song, their palms stained with red paint to show solidarity with protesters. Well, CNN's Jemana Karachi has been reporting on these protests since they began a month or so ago. Joining us now from Istanbul in Turkey, Joe.
Well, you know, Becky, you and I have talked about this quite a bit over the past 3+ weeks. It's very difficult for us to report on what is going on in Iran because of the communications restrictions that have been put in place by the government, because of the internet shutdown. So we really see a bit of video, a bit of information emerge from the country. And over the weekend, we were able to piece that together, and gives you some idea of what's going on in the country. And there are indications and a lot of concerns that we might be seeing this harsh crackdown intensify even further from what we are seeing. A lot of security forces heavily armed on the streets of different cities. A lot more video we're seeing of brutality when it comes to arresting people off the streets, whether they're protesters or in some cases saying they're not protesters. And then you've also got the government coming out and saying that anyone who will be detained right now, anyone who's arrested, is not going to get released if they're part of these protests, who they describe as the rioters. They are saying that they're going to have a very quick trial and they are going to get sentenced, trying to deter people from taking part in these protests. But from what we have seen, people remain undeterred, no matter what the government uses to try and stop them from joining these protests. Becky, we have to warn our viewers that some of the video in our piece is graphic and they will find it disturbing.
This is how the fourth week of Iran's uprising started. The wails of one more family's forever farewell. Another young life taken too soon. One of several lives lost in a day of rage, a day of carnage in Iran's Kurdish region. These are the images the regime doesn't want the world to see. They cut off the internet in Sanandaj, making it hard for us to tell the stories of the dead and those left to mourn. The little video trickling out only a glimpse into the repressive republic and its vicious force to crush the growing dissent. The savagery caught on camera in scenes like this in Tehran. And this. A man pleads with police to leave his wife alone. We're not protesting. She's pregnant, he says, but to no avail. Both appear to have been forcefully dragged away. It is that tyranny that feeds the anger of those on the streets, defiant and determined, seemingly unstoppable, here chasing the riot police. At an all-women's university this weekend, President Ibrahim Raisi, who's dismissed the thousands on the streets as rioters, praised students for seeing through what he claims as the foreign conspiracy to weaken Iran. At that same university, an extraordinary moment of rebellion as young women chant, Raisi, get lost. Unclear if this happened while he was there. What's clear is the wall of fear in Iran has come down. Even the regime's attempt to control the narrative also briefly disrupted. Hackers interrupted state TV's Saturday evening newscast with this video, a target superimposed on the face of the supreme leader, and at the bottom of the screen, the faces of Mahsa Jina Amini and 3 of the young women who've died in the protests, Nika Shahkarami, Hadis Najafi, and Serena Ismailzadeh, with a message that reads, "Join us and rise up." The streets of Tehran were already rising up that night, with some of the largest protests in the capital so far. Scenes replicated across the country as the government claims calm has been restored and the so-called riots are mostly over. Daytime brought more students back out in force, protesting on campuses across the country. And young schoolgirls waving their forced headscarves, joining in the daring chants. Their fearless cries for women, life, freedom, reverberating louder than ever through the streets of Iran.